Hello, how are you? I'm sitting on my sofa and I haven't done a video in ages. I want to do part 3 of the astrology stuff that I do. It's like this final part to, if you know your astrology chart, to helping you understand your sort of core energy, your true self. And I will do that as soon as I can. But I just thought I'd do more of an informal catch up today because I haven't done a video in, I don't even know when I did that part 2 to do with the Lilith, I think it was. Probably about a month ago. And I didn't really completely update you on everything. And I wanted to do that because I know probably some of you, not all of you, some of you might have forgotten about me by now. You can see Gilbert, look, he's chilling. He's naughty yesterday because it was my daughter's birthday and he bloody jumped up on the table and grabbed her birthday cake. Luckily, we'd eaten half of it, but I was very cross and I completely had a meltdown over that. And I'd forgotten to give the party bags out to my 2 nephews that had come round from. It was only a mini tea party for my daughter, but anyway, yes, my mind has been all over the place for about 3 months now. So the reason, because I didn't tell you about this last couple of videos I've done, I have explained about my daughter getting diagnosed autistic last summer and then severely dyslexic November. She was diagnosed last year, 2023. And then last video I updated you on the fact that I'm probably autistic, and that is why I tend to don't go out very much, don't talk to many people. I've always had problems with social anxiety, but it's, as you get older, you just sort of, look at Gilbert. As you get older, whatever type of problems you've got, I think you get a bit more tired of trying to keep up with society and you just can't really keep it up, you get a bit exhausted. So that was why once she got diagnosed last summer, it was a blessing. It was a total blessing because it helped me understand all my problems that I've always had, which I didn't realise was autism. And I am on the waiting list for an autistic assessment, but it's going to take quite a long time for me to get to the top of the list because there's about a 3-year waiting list in this country, unless you pay privately. But in the meantime, I have been for appointments, and I've got a psychologist and also a psychiatrist, and she actually thinks there's something else wrong with me, not just autism, which would explain why I'm a little bit nutty. And I'm sharing this with you because if you're watching this video, I know you're in my soul family, because I know anyone that's not really in my soul family probably wouldn't be sticking by me this length of time, which I'd quite understand. But if you're in the soul family, you probably will watch, and it might help you. It might help you understand yourself better, or you probably will relate to what I'm saying, because no doubt 2024 you're probably discovering a lot of things about yourself. Probably the last 5 or so years you've been discovering more and more about yourself, particularly last year, but then this year is going to be a real biggie for us in this soul family. And we've been obviously trying to clear away the false identity, all the layers of ego crap that we had from our upbringing, our past lives mainly. And it's amazing, the more you clear that away by ignoring it and saying to yourself, no, I'm not going to play that fake character like I played that character for my parents, my caregivers, or society. or people that knew me, and you just start to give it all up. That's what the gurus tell us to do, you know. It's the wisest thing, because what you end up left with is more what your true self actually is. And yeah, it's not easy. I can see why people do try to hold on to their false persona, their ego, in a way, because it is familiar. And when you actually do get in touch with your real self, what's underneath, it can be a little bit freaky. Most people call it shadow work. I don't call it shadow work because the gurus don't call it shadow work. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I don't call it shadow work. Shadow work sort of implies that you're just bringing forth the parts of yourself in the shadow, but you're still kind of holding on to your persona at the same time. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And you're just integrating your shadow to become whole and complete. But with the work the gurus talk about, it's more about releasing, completely letting go of that false identity and acknowledging the true self, and then really just being as you are, you know. So we're not integrating in the same way as if we were doing shadow work, because why do we want to hold on to that old identity? Because that old identity is really ultimately what's been screwing with you, and probably got you in quite a lot of messes at times, chasing things that you didn't really want or need, or things that weren't really very healthy for you or productive for you. So that's why this is not really shadow work, although technically it kind of is a little bit like that. Anyway, as part of my, I don't know what you want to call it really, spiritual involvement, I thought I'd share a bit more with you today. So, not only is my daughter autistic, not only am I autistic and probably got a couple of other problems, which I was going to tell you, but I've also found in the last 3 months that my mum is most likely autistic as well. And what I haven't told you is that she had a mental breakdown about 2 months ago. And that is why I really did abruptly stop doing the videos, because I wasn't planning to quite stop for that length of time, but I was absolutely floored, because not only was I dealing with my own mental health, sort of like, needs, to acknowledge my mental health and possible autism. My daughter's, that was enough in itself. But then my mum had this mental breakdown 2 months ago, and the whole month before that I was supporting her, because she admitted to me that she was struggling physically and mentally. And I'd known she had been struggling mentally all of my life, but she would never talk about it, and she would always deny it. So I could never really get close to my mum, and I could never really help her. But the last 3 months I've been spending more time with her, helping her. She's not home. I won't go into too much detail because obviously it is her personal business, but me and my brother had to take her to A&E, and she was there for 5 days. And then she was in a mental health unit for about 5 weeks. And now she's in a care home, and it's supposed to be like a respite thing. So she's supposed to be getting rehabilitated to go home, but she is not very well mentally at all. She is, I won't divulge too much because obviously it is her personal information, but where she is obviously been trying to cope alone with her mental health problems for all her life, so long, she is really sort of severely mentally not very well. So her recovery is not really happening at the moment. And I'm just trying to help her learn to accept herself, like I'm doing for myself and my daughter. My daughter's really bossing it. She's really accepting herself very well. I'm not doing too bad. I'd say I'm you know, I'd say I'm doing quite well, which is why I don't post many videos, because if, you know, I got to be real to who I am, which is why I thought, sod it, I'm going to sit on my sofa to do this video. Sorry that you can see Gilbert. You don't really want to see that part of the rear end of him. But yeah, I just thought, oh, because at the end of the day, I'm exhausted, you see. I'm totally exhausted at the moment from helping my mum for 3 months. My brother's been helping. We've got my brother. We don't talk to our dad. So it's just me and my brother. But he's got kids. I've got kids. So you can imagine, it's been mad. I've had 3 mad months, and I do miss you all. And I did appreciate a lot of the messages I got initially. Well, whenever I do a video, a few of you reach out, and it's really lovely. But my mental health's not been good at all. So, you know, it wouldn't be right for me to work. But you can always message me if you would like, and I'm always happy to say hello. But I just wanted to do a video update, so you sort of, some of you, if you were thinking about me, wondering what the hell's going on, you'd have a little bit of a clue. But I got my nails done. I got them done extra long to cheer myself up. So that was nice. I did have a tattoo appointment booked in about 3 weeks ago, but my tattoo artist cancelled the appointment, so that was a bit upsetting. But I'm going to rebook it back in with her, hopefully. And yeah, basically there's like, it's like a ancestral healing going on for my daughter, me and my mum, because it looks like we've all got very similar problems, similar mental health problems. And I just wanted to share it, really, because it's all about accepting your form identity. It's just accepting the way Spirit's made you, because it's not necessarily going to make you happy. You know, it's not like a miracle cure, but at least whatever you are doing is more relative to who you actually are, rather than a fictional character you're trying to portray. And it's weeding that out, because we all know we had conditioning as children, which is our karma, because it's based off the ego we weren't prepared to get rid of in a past life. But, you know, we all had conditioning as children, and it's about time we sort of give up that conditioned identity that we had, because a lot of us were still clinging on to it as adults, and it's quite hard. It's quite hard to relinquish it, you know. But it is just about thinking, you know, am I still acting like a certain character to please society, or please my parents, or please people around me? You know, because don't do that. You know, be you, be real. You know, think how I feel. You know, it's, you know, it's a bit embarrassing to say, God, yeah, you know, I'm not mentally well enough to work. You know, my mum's mentally not well. You know, my daughter's doing better, but we've been having we had, oh God, even while all of this has been going on, my daughter's been having her special needs assessment, and we had like 5 psychology sessions, 5 sessions for her, to get her a special needs school, hopefully. So there's been just tons going on. So, you know, I couldn't really come on and do tarot readings. And it's not, you know, it's not been easy by any stretch of the imagination. But I'll keep this video quite short, so it's just a quickie. so you can just see me and hear what I've been doing. But, you know, like, what I'm going to do today is pop to shop now. I'll get my daughter a 13th birthday card. Can you believe? And I might go and quickly pop and see my mum at the care home. I did her hair yesterday. I took her hair straighteners because her hair hadn't been straightened in a whole month, or probably 5 weeks, because she's not been home in 5 weeks, and her hair is like mine. It goes really wavy if you don't straighten. Well, I never straighten my hair, but if I had it short, it would be really wavy like my mum's. And it was so cute. I straightened her hair yesterday, and she looks so much better for it. But she hasn't got a clue. I mean, bless her. She knows who I am, she can remember what I tell her. Like, I told her we were going to the arcades for my daughter's birthday. She could remember stuff like that. But she's delusional, so she keeps thinking, she's very paranoid. She thinks people don't like her. She thinks she's in trouble. She thinks they're going to send her home. She thinks she's lying. She keeps saying, I'm lying, I've broken rules. Like, she's very delusional. Or she'll think, like, me and my brother don't like her, or like she's had an argument. So she's very paranoid, yeah? So she's not making any sense. But I just say to her, look, don't worry about it. It's just your mental health. It's fine. Because she's never accepted this, you see. She's hidden it all her life. And now she's too tired and exhausted to hide it anymore. And that's what's happening for our soul family. Obviously, my mum's part of the soul family because she's my mum. See what I mean? So last year was the preparation work for getting rid of your false identity. And that's what you were doing last year. You were working on breaking it all down. But this year is the real year it's actually happening. And this is the real year that you're going to... No, and it is going to feel tough. But I want you to know you're not alone, because I'm doing it with you every step of the way. And I'll try and do more videos now that I'm... Well, now she's settled in the care home, it's easier for me to do some stuff for myself. You know, because when she was in the mental health unit, we didn't know when they were going to try and chuck her out, like discharge her, because they always want to get beds for other people, don't they? But yeah, this year, 2024, it's all about us as a soul family, just really remembering who we are, accepting ourselves. And it's not easy, because the reason why you've never accepted yourself is because there's stuff about yourself that's hard to accept. And that's what we've got in common with this soul family. That's what you've got in common with me, is that there's fundamental things about yourself that are very hard to accept. And those things were never accepted by your family. But I accept you. And I'm showing you that I can accept me, you know. These parts of myself, like my mental health, I couldn't accept. And I sort of would only... I would like share little bits, because I've had therapy all my life and I've always been honest with you guys about that, but I wasn't being honest with you about how bad my mental health was. Yeah, because I was still partially holding on to this concept of who Kerry was, based off my karma and based off my conditioning. But I just made a promise to myself in the summer when my daughter got diagnosed, August 2023, I'm not going to entertain this character that I've been playing anymore, not even partially. I've really now got to be me. And it has involved some crazy moments the last 3 or 4 months, you know, like me, you know, I've done like my mum at the moment, she's totally Fruit Loopy at the moment, and I've had my moments the last 3 or 4 months. But you've got to go through it. It's not easy, but you've got to go through it, because you're here to accept yourself. You're here to be yourself as Spirit made you, you know. And it's not easy, and it's not really very enjoyable sometimes, but we keep doing it, okay? Because by doing it, we are getting close to Spirit. We're getting close to who we really are, Spirit within. And that is a magical thing, right? And magical things are going to happen for all of us as we keep doing it. So I'm sending you so much love, so much peace. Thank you for those of you that haven't given up on me. And I just really want you to know I do love you all. And yeah, peace and love to all of you.